October 20, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh, we're number 4 now. And with this, I shall welcome you to this final part of this case. I'm Gloomy, I'm happy to have you here, and let's see how this thing concludes. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. I'd hardly say it's still the trial of Mr. Powers, though. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Well, he seems rather unbiased, though. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. He seems on edge because he's Edgeworth. That one was of course haste. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution called Miss Diva Quez to the stand. Miss Diva Quez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Well, the witness state her name and occupation. Diva Quez. I'm a producer for the Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer on 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. You gotta say, Edgeworth is hard pressed to handle anyone in this case. Very well, Miss Quez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. She's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I don't think she has pants on. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal tag me. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Saul take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought I might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. Van added to the court record. And then I used this van too. Why? Yeah, I look at that. Just give me that. I need to read it now. We have quite a few of, evidences. Manila used this van to drive a quest to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. Alright. Gotta say that's fine. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. She's acting like she's some kind of final boss, though. The day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. Alright. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Well, she seems to be not lying about that part because no one saw her. The meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4, right? Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Saul take me. It's fine. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Saul and I ate a T-bone steak on the table in front of the trailer. Well, let's go with that one. Do you have someone who can verify this? Saul. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak. Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. We have some evidence that eludes that this thing is... that she didn't eat it? I don't think so. To be perfectly honest, I have no idea. No, I don't have any. Alright. I've got another thing. I was fatigued, so let's press this one. Hold on. You had Saul take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Saul take me to Studio 2 van. In the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And you had Saul and I ate T-bone steaks in front of the table, alright. Okay, hold it there. And what were you doing during the time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Saul and I ate a T-bone steak on the table in front of the trailer. Did she know? No, she didn't. Ah, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you, it was a T-bone steak. Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss McQuarrie and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there was no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss McQuarrie, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. And what was Miss McQuarrie doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss McQuarrie left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, request. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh, yes. The samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't do. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ah, you see. Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? I called it. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too, with my fair blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough of all the sensing. Alright, okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear... Well, the samurai spear, with duct tape. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But somehow, someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this, through the chest? Well, he's right about this one. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not a murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Yeah. This one now. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked out to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at studio. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss Diva Quest meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. And just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Through whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, now let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio number 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? They all sound somewhat right. She had another way, though. What if she had another way to carry the body other than her with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry the body. Interesting, let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Well, she herself pushed that thing onto us, so here it is again. Miss McQuest, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Saul take me. There was a van there, right? I had Saul drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Bright. Don't forget it was Saul Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? He doesn't necessarily need to be, but I guess he was. He witnessed the whole thing. Of course, Saul Manella has to have been a conspirator. Conspirator? Conspirator? You know the word I'm trying to say. The body had to be placed in a van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss McQuest could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to be disposed of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss McQuest, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean Diva Quest? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Is that a... Yeah. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? You're gonna be a stickler for the rules then, yeah. So you admitted basically to it, but just said here, oh, well, it's a possibility though. Order, Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What to do now? Yeah, no further questions would be bad. You did it, or testify again? I'd say she needs to testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Thinking about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answer. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems, there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of witness Miss McQuest. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that a witness testify again. You gotta be kidding me. Well, at least he's helpful today. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see a little point in making Miss Bequest repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Rarely, I say. Ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Oh, very well. The witness will testify to court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? Well, he wants a guilty verdict, but it doesn't mean that he wants to be putting someone innocent in the... Unless he's paid or something along the lines? I don't know, he seems a little dodgy here. After all that. Edgeworth. After finding the body. I was with Saul and Oldback, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, and Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldback, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer, got my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issue raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close. Really close. You may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find a key, you need to twist the truth around. The truth out of her, not around her. Yeah. Alright. I was with Saul, not like the security lady. Yeah, that's fine, but where did you get the old bag from? What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Mr. Harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? I remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Bequest? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. He doesn't stand out? You know he's huge? He looks like a lion. I know he's timid, but he really does stand out. Yeah, he's a 2-meter man. He looks at least like he's a 2-meter man. It's like a 6'5" inch or something along the lines. I have no idea what's that in freedom units. Well, he's large. I believe he stands out. I believe you could use him as a door to seal off rooms. I'd be hard-pressed to call that not standing out. Well, let's keep going. We often left him on the bus when shooting at locations. No one knows he was missing. Your poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Bequest, you may continue. I immediately called the police. The power showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. And so we stood there until the powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. That's silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The security lady Olbeck was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. Olbeck, the security lady? Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Where's Hana? Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's words? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Emma. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Why though? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I am really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved, as they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot of writing on it, with all those bigwigs at a meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require a question. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. I would do to have them stolen. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why though? Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing that after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Isn't that putting the cart before the horse? Very well, Miss Request, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Request said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be in her rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Yeah, I agree with that. You can't know that before, that's just what I said. Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Bequez, do you have an explanation? Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect that reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know that? How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Saul. He told me. Saul, the director. You have to find something to pack this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. That was Saul Olbeck's here. Yeah, right. It's the same one. Yeah, you can't know that. But why can't you know that? You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Saul who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manila was at a run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Request. You saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on that Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Bequez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Bequez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. He had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, he would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there was a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on that matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence as Miss Bequez's motive in this murder. Isn't that this thing? Isn't that she? Isn't that her? This is my proof. This photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Bequez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Bequez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for the trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His skill to weigh him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Bequez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Bequez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss D. Bequez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me, and I never get rid of a useful man. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Bequez's motive for the murder. She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out of blood. All Miss Bequez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Bequez. What? What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Diva Quest, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call the ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss McQuest. What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss McQuest, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss McQuest. No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose, again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Diva Quest? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Yes, got that one. Where did he spawn from? And also, I said that he's large. You could use him as a door. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well, actually, if she didn't try to claim being innocent, she could have just claimed to be self-defense. And yeah, pretty much it spoke to the lengths he went through and all. Maybe it's an occupational hazard to actually just assume that you need to completely innocent or something along the lines, but I think that that's legit self-defense there. She was attacked, she pushed him, he fell, but he did all the things to lead to that. So he could kill her. So why not plead for self-defense? I think that's fine. You'd be hard-pressed to be charged for that. It's not like she went out of her way to create a situation where she could kill him with all that things. Could have been the other way around, though. And Hammer could have been the one who came out victorious. So there's that. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss McQuarrie, but to think that he tried to frame me for a murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to play me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... I think that's because of the child, because he was the star. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting at a kids show, and as a villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. Yeah, and you could actually change places with your statue and the costume as it is. So both of you could be a villain and a hero at the same time, and both of you could have been the Steel Samurai at the same time because the freaking costume. I mean, they would have needed to create another costume that is more fitting for Hammers because of his smaller statue. But with filming technique and all alike, I'd see no change. No one would notice the difference because the Steel Samurai is a full body suit that's also very thick. So could have just also been the Steel Samurai. It's not like the kids would care. Oh well, his fault. I would have changed places with him anytime. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? It was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Wagwaz would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you, I'm Powers. Sniff. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Here. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm settled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Pheonix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. As if he could do that. Your occupations do things that you have to meet each other sometimes in court. It's not all the time, but it happens. And with no fault of either of you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if? They're rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Oh, why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edward? And so the curtain closed on another trail. It was quite a stir by repeating that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change and went back to making kid shows again. Oh no. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? He gets to what? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. Please not. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Especially if he plays the pink princess. Are you gotta be kidding me. That's not real, isn't it? Alright. Okay, we have a new episode here. This one looks interesting, to say the least. But well, that's gonna be it for today. And let's quickly go over the case itself. This one, I actually like this one quite a lot. This one was, you had the logic, everything made sense, the twist and the turn at the end also made sense. You could have known about many things up front, but the smaller details came out through the court system. So that's the best of all. You get the best of all things here. You get the investigation, you can allude to who's the murderer, and what happened, but the finer details and especially the twists at the end are something that you couldn't without actually pressing it on. I mean, let's just hold to it that she could have just pleaded self-defense, and that would be absolutely fine. But there's that, and that came out through the court. So this one is actually quite a satisfying end to an episode here. Instead of that I rumble of evidence I've been given, and the victim, the prime suspect, surrenders because fuck knows. Oh boy. Oh well, that's gonna be it for today. I've been Gloomy. I'm happy to have you here, and have a great day, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.